Hey guys, today in this video we're going to be discussing the clipper over comb technique. And this technique is very important in your barbering career because it will allow you to move your haircuts from being a 40-minute haircut into a 30-minute haircut. The reason being is because clipper over comb will allow you to blend the bottom side of the haircut into the top with a much faster, much more efficient, and much more precise way. These are the things that you need to learn and that you need to adapt with as you're learning how to do clipper over comb. So when we're using the Auster Octane in order to do clipper over comb, you want to make sure that you're using the 3-0 blade. Now, alternatively, if you don't want to use the Auster Octane and you want to use your clipper, you can use the clipper when it's fully closed, which is equivalent to the 3-0. But the nice thing about this clipper is that you can open it up, and now you can use this for clipper over comb. What this does is it won't create such a blunt cut, but instead it will give you a bit of more of a textured cut. You see this line here, how it's blunt? Watch what's gonna happen to it when I go fully open and I go over it a little bit. The bluntness slowly starts to fade away. And what this does when I'm doing clipper over comb using this clipper fully open, it almost acts as thinning shears or texturizing shears by using the clipper over comb technique. And this is the result that we would get if you were to use the clipper fully open instead of the Auster Octane with a 3-0 blade or this clipper fully closed. Next up, you have to learn how to put the comb in and adjust the angle of it in order to make sure that you're only blending the hairs on top and you're not cutting what you've already cut on the bottom when you were debulking. What I mean by that is, if you were to put your comb in flush against the head, you're going to see that some of the hairs that you've already cut when you're debulking will stick out from the bottom. So what you want to do is you want to tilt your comb out to where you're no longer seeing them, and then whatever sticks out, that's what you're going to be cutting. And this is what it looks like. There you go. You see me putting my comb in and then I tilt away and then I cut. I'm never cutting with the comb being flush to the head. I'm just gonna be cutting too much. It's gonna bring in the haircut all the way to the top, and you're gonna bring the blend all the way to the top, making the head look very, very round. So we wanna keep structure to the haircut. We wanna make sure it's square. If it's not square, it's slightly rounded, not making it look like a pear. Second technique you wanna learn when you're doing clipper over comb is learning how to bring the comb up and then flipping it and then going down. Very similar to the scissor over comb technique. You want to learn how to easily and in a fluid way go up and then flip down, go up and flip down. This will make the process go by faster. There you have it. Next up is cutting horizontally versus cutting vertically. Now, what do I mean by that? Sometimes in a tight area, you don't want to cut too much by going horizontally. You just want to tackle a small little area with the clipper over comb technique. This is where you take your comb in, you tilt it, and instead of cutting like so, you're going to turn your clipper and you're going to go up. This is horizontal, and this is vertical. The same technique applies on how you flip over the comb and how you tilt the comb. However, the difference is if you cut horizontally, you cut a bigger chunk, and vertically is a lot more detailed, and you can use the edge of the comb, the edge of the clipper in order to cut the pieces that you need. Another thing that you need to learn is how do you hold the clipper. You don't want to hold your clipper in a way that's uncomfortable. Whenever you're doing clipper over comb, you can turn on your clipper and hold it like this, kind of like how you hold a pencil. This will give you total control. You don't want to also hold the clipper from the end because it's too much weight on the front. So you want to hold it in the center, make sure the weight is balanced, and then you can start cutting. For our final technique with clipper over comb is when you want to cut on an angle. If you look on this side of the head, we've done 1.5, we've blended it over here, and now let's say this client, they want to do a mohawk. So we've left this section here. Even though typically we don't leave it, we don't cut too far in, but for the sake of this demonstration, we want to blend these hairs with this. How we do that is you put your comb in. Now, not only am I blending this, so these hairs with this, but I also want to gradually go short and long into the center. So I'm going to put my comb in, I'm going to come out, and this way. There we have it. We've blended the 1.5 into gradually into the back part, creating a blend into the back.